Get set for the greatest spectacle in racing. That's right. It's our best bets for the 2026 Indianapolis 500 coming your way next, right here on the Backroad.
I don't drive a Monte Carlo, and my truck ain't painted black. It ain't got a big white number 3 turning left around the track.
All right, and welcome down the back road in between media's motorsports betting program. The biggest weekend in racing rolls on Sunday afternoon when the Snake Pit will be absolutely buzzing. We'll, of course, help you cash in on the occasion with our Indy 500 picks and predictions. I'm your host, Seth Woolcock, back with Chris Collichio. Chris, you and I, both NASCAR gamblers by trade. However, we couldn't help be excited not only to watch, but also cash in on this very intriguing market this weekend, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, we just got done doing the Coca-Cola 600 show and didn't really have a lot of bets. And here we are preparing for a show that we might not be the best experts at, but we have a lot more bets than we did for the 600. So really fun, really excited to talk about it.
Yeah, while it is such a spectacle and one of the biggest sporting events really in the entire world, it is one that actually can be handicapped pretty decently, right? 2 years in a row, I've hit the outright. Last year, I had to get down before I left on Sunday, so I only had the Alex Palou outright, and I had the an outright on the kid who hit the pole too at 60-1 or something crazy like that. So that was a fun race to watch down there in Punta Cana, but excited to get the full spread of picks and predictions today. We got everything from outrights to matchups to the manufacturers and placement props. So a lot of stuff happening for you today in the program. Looks like this. We're going to go in the horizon forecast. We're going to break down everything there is to know about Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the event itself. Then we're going to get into our best bets. And be sure, if you want more best bets, that you guys are subscribed to the new channel, The Backroad. That is the sub channel for all of our racing content. So while we do a ton of it, whether that's football or PGA or entertainment betting here at In Between Media, we also do exclusively NASCAR, F1 and IndyCar betting over here on the Backroad sub channel. So make sure you guys are connecting over there, youtube.com/@thebackroad. If you're here, you're already part of the channel, I'm sure. So we appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to the overall IBT channel as well. And Chris, let's go ahead and fire things up here and get it started in the horizon forecast. All right, we're looking at the Indy 500, folks, and we're going in the horizon forecast and starting with the grid, starting out here where we have, I'll go through the top 10 quickly. Alex Palou, the defending champion, he is on the front row. He is on the pole position. Alexander Rossi in second. David Malukas, the young buck there for Team Penske, in third. Felix Rosenquist in fourth. Santino Ferrucci in fifth. Pato Ward here in sixth place. Kyphin Simpson in seventh. Conor Daly makes his return in eighth. Scott McLaughlin, another Team Penske driver, in ninth. And Scott Dixon in 10th. Alexander Rossi, something to mention. He was actually injured in practice earlier this week, but he does still plan to race. And of course, we have Calais and Harvey that have had times disallowed after failing inspection. They will start in the back, but will still make the race, as only 33 cars have entered the Indy 500, surprisingly, this year. Green flag, 12:45 p.m. Sunday on Big Fox. And this is the largest single-day sporting event, 300,000 plus fans, bigger than any single-day sporting event globally. And to break down the track here as well, Chris, 2.5 mile big flat track. Only comp you really have for it in NASCAR is kind of Pocono. Of course, we have no IndyCar comps here, and the only oval races so far this season is Phoenix. You can also go back to last year where we were at Nashville, where we were at Gateway, Iowa as well. And the speeds can get up to 232 miles per hour in qualifying, sustained speeds of 220 plus during the race. And the fuel strategy, it's going to be a big part of this race, Chris. If you want to break down that and any trends you have coming out of the lab this week as well.
Yeah, of course. And like you just talked about the fuel strategy there. It's typically 5 to 6 pit stops, fuel windows of 30 to 32 laps. Not quite pack racing, right? But still mastering the draft is really, really important. So yeah, as the trends go, our last 5 winners: Palou, Newgarden, Ericsson, and Castroneves. Our past winners that are currently in this field are Palou, Rossi, Dixon, Sato, Castroneves, Ericsson, Power, Hunter Ray, and Newgarden. We've got 4 rookies in the field: Schumacher. I don't even know how to say some of his names. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Hauger.
Okay. I'm assuming it's Abel and Collet.
Yes.
And then we have Montoya, Castroneves, and Rossi have won the races as rookies since 2000. And then in 109 races here, we've had 21 winners come from the pole, 46 from the front row, 21 from the second row, 9 from the third row. And for the NASCAR fans that are coming over here to tune into this show, the rows here are in threes, so keep that in mind, not rows of 2. And we've had 33 winners from outside of the third row. Another fun stat here: never had a winner from 18th, 23rd, 24th, 26th, 29th, or 33rd. So I don't know who's starting those spots. We can look in a minute, I guess, but I guess those are kind of dead. So keep that in mind as you're betting. Some other fun stats throughout there as well: Catherine Legg to run the double. So we've seen this last 2 years from Kyle Larson. Showed just how hard it is just from a timing standpoint. We unfortunately have rain in the forecast once again. So poor Catherine, man, she's going to have to deal with this. It just seems like it's inevitable no matter what happens in this weekend. But really cool feat for her. She'll be the first female driver to ever complete all 1,100 miles if she does so. So pretty cool stuff there. We do have 2 drivers in the field with NASCAR experience: Conor Daly. He had 3 Cup starts, 3 O'Reilly starts, and 6 truck starts. And then Santino Ferrucci had 9 O'Reilly starts from 2021 to 2022. And then we also have F1 racers in the field as well. Takuma Sato raced in F1 from 2002 to 2008. Marcus Ericsson from 2014 to 2018. Roman Grosjean from 2012 to 2020. Mick Schumacher from 21 to 2022. And then Alexander Rossi, I didn't actually know this, did 5 races in 2015. And then some other other fun ones. Back-to-back winners, very, very rare. So keep that in mind for the Palou bettors out there. And then it's very common for the winner to lead less than 20 laps. Typically, your dominator is not the guy who ends up taking the end here. So there's always like a late caution or something that comes into play here. So fun race to break down. If I'm being completely honest with you, there's Indy 500 is, the races that in NASCAR that get the most shit are the ones that are a lot of fuel saving. And here we are in Indy, the biggest race of the year for them, and this is what it's all about, is fuel saving for them. So kind of interesting caveat there.
Oh yeah, they don't pussyfoot around it. I feel like
true.
How they do in NASCAR, and I think one of those trends actually that was really, really big to me is 33 winners outside of the third row. Like that really makes like your chances for someone like Joseph Newgarden, a 2-time winner of this event, pretty small, right? Like there's not, I mean, you can do it, but really, like if you have speed in these trials when it comes to IndyCar, you really are going to have speed during the race, specifically here at Indianapolis. So I thought that was a great start. I love kind of seeing the different drivers from different disciplines. Catherine Legg, like shout out to her, man. She's trying something that hopefully Mother Nature will allow there on Sunday. So great stuff there overall. And before we get into our best bets, don't forget, folks, you can join the IBT Racing family to get our full betting cards every single week, access into our chat with our analysts, other fine racing folks out there in the community as well, and our memorabilia giveaways. That is free. And then you can upgrade for our full cards, the betting model, and the head-to-head matchups contest, where you can do that for $3.99 per month or $36 for the year. That's also going to include unlocking all the benefits in our IBT football family, the PGA and entertainment family as well. We have a bunch of different leagues happening over there right now as well. So whether you want to play in the Survivor League, whether you want to play in any of the other contests we have in the PGA One and Done world, anything like that, we have you covered. Betting models, picks for all that stuff as well in dashbetweenmedia.com/chat. Link is in the episode description. And let's go ahead and fire it up here with the Parking Garage props. All right, it's the impressions of the books. And Chris, we talked about it at the top, man, but I think the books for a race that is more chalky than you would actually think. The books are being very kind to us, I think, this week.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there's value no matter where you want to look. I feel like that you can, outside of Palou, I feel like maybe, that's probably the only guy that's kind of hard to bet right now. But other than that, I mean, if you have a favorite guy in Indy or a guy that you just kind of heard, you kind of latched his name, you just heard his name all week, or look at the practice times, there's a ton of fun to have here. I mean, there's guys as low as 33-1 that I took a look at, to be completely honest, in the outright market. So yeah, I think you can have a lot of fun here. Even top 5, top 10 podium, like it all seemed pretty fair to me. What about you?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. There is a driver we're going to talk a lot about tonight that I was hoping, and I think before qualifying, you could have probably got him at some better numbers. He is a Team Penske guy, so that was a little bit disappointing. But even Palou, I found a way to get invested on him that I think is better than going with that outright. So overall, very, very pleased, and definitely feels a bit weird heading into the weekend with a much thicker IndyCar card than I do NASCAR card in general. But I'm sure that'll shift over the weekend. We'll of course put out more plays in the IBT Racing family. But first, Chris, I want you to start with a veteran driver out there that you don't think maybe is getting enough respect across the books right now.
Yeah, so Scott Dixon, I took him at 20-1 over at Bovada. Listen, Scott Dixon is in a very, very strong car. He's with Chip Ganassi Racing. He's been there his entire career. He's had a ton of really fantastic finishes in Indy in his career. He is a former winner here. When you look at so far what he's done at ovals in general, he actually ranks really, really well. Spoiler alert, I ran some numbers on this because that's just what I do for IBT Media. But when I ran ovals in IndyCar from 2024 forward, including all Indy 500s for the last 4 years, and then the ovals from the last 3 years, he ranks 5th overall for me.
Wow.
Pair that with the fact that he's starting 10th with an ECR engine. I think that 20-1 is just a little bit wild to me. I kind of expected him to be shorter. He actually is shorter at some books. I've seen him at like 12-1 at some other books. So again, you can kind of play numbers. Just make sure you're like really scouting the books. Make sure you're finding your best number on a guy you like, because I think he's going to be really good. I mean, just looking even this year, the only oval they've run so far in 2026 is Phoenix. Not quite like a high-speed oval, but it's still an oval. It's different from what they race on a normal basis. Finished 7th there. Had a 4th place last year at Gateway. And then you look at his Indy success as of recent, 20th place last year, but that was he just got caught with some bad luck. The 2 years previous to that, 3rd and 6th. So, yeah, I mean, if you look in the last 4 years, he ranks 9th at the Indy 500, but like I said, 5th overall at all ovals. I just think this is a glaring value for a very, very veteran driver and very good equipment.
And you also have a placement prop on him as well, Chris. Yeah,
same thing. I mean, pretty much rattling off all the same stuff, but for a top 10 play, almost even money. I mean, basically minus 115 over at Bovada. For a guy that's already started in the top 10, I just rattled off the trends here of how common it is for guys that start up front to kind of stay up front. It's a lot easier to manage your fuel when you're up there in that cleaner air, not trying to have to make your way up through the pack like a Newgarden's going to have to do. I mean, he just needs to run a clean race, and this top 10 almost feels like a cash already. So while I do love the outright, the top 10 is my bigger play.
Okay, it makes total sense there. I want to go to a driver we're going to talk a lot about tonight, and that is a guy in David Malukas. I'm on the outright right now, plus 840 at Kalshi. So shop that around. I was seeing a lot of 8s floating around there. I was glad to grab an extra 40 cents there, 0.3 of a unit down for me. So just really a sprinkle here, but this is a Midwest kid, man. Like this race, he knows, if anyone in this field, how much this means to this community, how much it means to this series in general. And I really think like we could potentially be looking at one of the next great oval racers in IndyCar, right? And finished second last year in the 500 in AJ Foyt equipment in his 3rd ever 500 start. And at the other 4 ovals last season, Davey M, 9.0 average finish. So you love that. And then he comes over to Team Penske this season, and he started on point, led 73 laps at our only oval this season of Phoenix, ultimately finished 3rd there. And he'll roll off on the front row here, starting in 3rd as well. So you'll love to see that. And like, again, most books have him at 8-1. So I love the plus 840, but Chris, it looks like you'd outdone me over there on your offshores.
Yeah, 9-1 over at Bovada. And we talked about a little bit before the show. I feel like I'm a little bit of a sucker here because there's a lot of hype on this kid right now. So I think this number could get shorter even by Sunday. But yeah, I mean, for a guy like you just mentioned that finished 2nd last year in an AJ Foyt car, and now he's in a full-fledged Penske car. He's been running incredible this year. He already has multiple top 5s on this year. I mean, a lot of people compare him in his come up. So far in his background, they compare him to like a Pato award. So a guy that kind of, has a lot of hype and has been so close to winning here. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of excitement around this kid. I think 9-1 is still 8, 8-9-1. I still think is really, really short for a guy that really hasn't showed us much. But hey, it's not fluky to run how well he did last year. I mean, he was up front all day long, finished 2nd. That's just incredible. That's after having a year off too. He was without a seat the year before that.
Wow.
So yeah, I just think that there's a lot of potential for this. I think it would be a really great story to see him win. And Penske, as we know, they are just incredibly strong at these ovals. So for him to be starting 3rd, right, on the front row. So it's going to be a lot to watch this kid.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And he was actually the fastest Penske that we had seen in qualifying, right? He's up there on the front row. We have the other Penske just inside the top 10, and then Newgarden kind of outside the top 20 right now. Gonna have to get it going to find some late run speed there and get himself up there into the top 10 with a chance. So for me, I got another bet on Malukas. I was looking around and trying to figure out, okay, do I go with the top 5 because it's plus 110? It just feels a little short. So for me, I took a little bit extra insurance. I went David Malukas over Conor Daly, minus 115 at theScore. I'm down 1.5 units on this. So still nothing crazy. But for me, like, don't get us wrong. Like, Conor Daly's a dog. This is like one of the more disciplined drivers for someone like, if the aliens came down tomorrow and we had to send a team of like 10 drivers to beat them in a race, like, I think Conor Daly is on that short list, right? I mean, you put Max, you'd probably be throwing out Kyle Larson in that race. I think that honestly Conor Daly's in that. Like, he's a dog, but at the same time, like, he didn't race in the 500 last season and is racing Dreyer and Reinbold equipment that finished 19th and 21st in this race a season ago. His best finish overall is 6 in 12 starts in the Indy 500. And I just think Malukas is going to have a top 5 car, right? So I think this is going to give me maybe a little extra padding where if Malukas doesn't finish top 5, maybe he can still be 6th or 7th, and maybe Conor Daly closer to 9th or 10th. But definitely a guy getting a lot of steam in the betting markets, including from yourself, Chris, here. Conor Daly, you're going to say maybe not so fast, my friend?
Yeah, a little bit, honestly. I'm going to argue the other side of this one. I mean, I didn't take the matchup because I don't think Conor is the one you want to really take in the matchup, so to speak. But man, hometown favorite. Anytime this guy is running up front, he gets a major roar from this crowd. He's an Indy guy, so you got that. But also, I mean, you just mentioned, right, a top 10 driver if the aliens were to come down. I think that's only the case if we're racing at Indy, though. So, like, let's just make sure that's known.
I was just going to say, like, across disciplines, though. Like if you needed a guy who, like, aliens are coming down, we're doing a 3-part race in an F1 car, in a sprint car, in a NASCAR Cup Series next gen car, and an Indy car, open wheel car. Like I think yes, I think that is where I was going with that. Just the multi-discipline factor.
Yeah. No, I got you. But yeah, so I mean, Conor, like, listen, I already talked about how he's the hometown favorite. He's got a lot of bias behind him. The car may not be great, but that's okay. Look at what he's done in the past and equipment that hasn't been great either. 8th, 10th, 8th, 6th, the last 4 years. And then he comes out this year in this car that's not as great and has his best starting position to date in his career. So he's starting further up than he ever has. I just think I think he's going to be a guy that's going to run up there, and experience does matter in the Indy 500. I know we've seen some younger guys have some success here, but experience does tend to prevail, especially in a long race like this. So I know we just talked about how much we love Malukas, but a lot easier for a younger kid to make a mistake on pit road, do something crazy, right? Whereas Conor, he can just be solid all day long, cash the head-to-head, but also I think top 5 is a fun one, especially at plus money. I think is kind of cool.
Okay. All right. So down for a top 5 on Conor Daly. And for me, I'm going to go with a play here. That I don't even think I uploaded a graphic for it, but I'm still down on it, man. Alex Palou, Top Honda, -120 at theScore. Bet right now, 2 units down for this. And like, I just think like this is the best way to get, and maybe it's not. Maybe like the gambling gods are telling me like, don't bet this now because of me not uploading a graphic for it. But still, like, I think if you want to get invested in the defending champion of the series, the defending champion of this race, this is the way to do it. Very similar to my play a couple weeks ago, actually, Chris, at Watkins Glen, where I was like, hey, I'm not going to take SVG on the outright, but give me on the top Chevy. Well, here I'm going on the top Honda on Palou because, like, for me, he's been the top Honda in 2 straight 500s. He was the second best Honda in the 2022 running of the Indy 500 as well. And you look back at the last 4 oval races last season, aside from Indy, top Honda in 3 out of 4 of them, right? So starts the race on the pole, Alex Palou, top Honda for me. And I want to move to your next play here where you have a guy who maybe one of the all-time greats quickly at Indianapolis, it seems like.
Yeah. It's this guy, man. I feel like the last few years when I watched Indy is the guy that I can't take my eyes off of. He is just so fun to watch. If you take a quote from NASCAR from Danny Stockman, he's going to put his balls in the dash. This guy is just so fun to watch. I know we talked about before the show, but a really cool stat that I'm going to go ahead and say here is, man, one amazing feat he has in his career, never finished outside the top 10 in the Indy 500 in his career in 7 tries. That's crazy. Phenomenal. That is just crazy. But then when you pull in other oval stats, 11th at Phoenix this year, which again, shorter, so I'm not taking that too much into play here, but 5th at Gateway, 8th at Nashville, 12th at Gateway in 2024. If I pull all those stats together, his Indy stats plus those oval stats, he ranks 2nd for me behind Alex Palou to get a plus 225 for his top 5, where he's starting, I forget where he started. He's in the 3rd row, right? I think. So he's starting within those first 3 rows.
5th.
I mean, this feels
rolls off 5th. Yeah.
Oh, even better than 2nd. So 2nd row. So yeah, he's just a guy that I just tend to trust when we get to Indy 500, and to get this big of a number on top 5 is crazy.
I agree with you. I played it a little bit more conservative, and I did go 3 units down on the top 10, baby. -134 at BetRivers for me. And like you mentioned it, 100% top 10 rate in his 7 Indy 500 starts, 6.1 average finish too. So it's like not like a bunch of those have been 10th, right? I think one of them have been. And for the most part, he's running up front. You like what he did at Phoenix earlier. 10.5 average finish across those other 4 ovals last season, 50% top 10 rate as well. And like, I've seen this at -239 over at Kalshi. So our friends in Pittsburgh, again, hooking us up with, really getting pretty much a full dollar off here of that price tag. So I was thinking about, with him starting top 5, going with that top 5 number. I still might even ladder this up potentially for a half a unit, but Ferrucci top 10 for me, Ferrucci top 5 for Chris. I also, to round us out, I'm going to go with my boy, Pato Ward here, top 5 plus 125 at Caesars, 2 units down for me. Award wrecked out of the 1 Indy 500. I think it was 2023, a few seasons ago. But that was his only time that he's finished outside of the top 5 in his 5 Indy 500 starts, man. The other, his rookie season in 2020, where he finished 6th as well. So, like, this is a guy on the teeter-totter of being one of these elite Indy 500 drivers. And for me, I also want a guy who's been running hot lately, right? Finished P4 at Phoenix earlier this season, and top 5, 100% top 5 rate, Chris, last year at all 4 ovals. So it doesn't matter if it's Indy, it doesn't matter if it's Phoenix, Gateway, Iowa, you name it. This is a guy who can show up at these tracks. So I like Pato Ward here, top 5 plus money, plus 125 when I was seeing it at -110 other places from our friends over at Caesars. Yeah, I'm down here.
Yeah, and there's also a quote here from Pakras where Pato was actually disappointed with his qualifying run. He qualified 6th, guys. He qualified 6th. The fact that he's disappointed in his qualifying run after qualifying 6th just shows you how much that he trusts, how much speed he has in his car and how much he cares about this place. So, yeah. I think that he is motivated as ever.
I completely agree with you. Hopefully it's a great race on Sunday that leads into an even better Coca-Cola 600. Chris, can't thank you enough, man, for all the great work you're doing here. Now on the IndyCar side, apparently, as well, in addition to all the great NASCAR betting content you're giving out in the Backroad, in the Discord channel, and of course with that IBT racing model. So really appreciate that. Also appreciate everyone who's tuned in this long on the back road. If you've rode along with us this long, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe both to the main IBT channel and that Backroad sub channel as well. We'd really appreciate your support over there. We have a ton of bonus content coming for you weekly, as well as the main Backroad show every single week. Breaking down our NASCAR bets will be streamed there live exclusively very, very soon. So important to subscribe over there if you are a watcher of that show regularly. And be sure to check out in-betweenmedia.com. We have some dope written content. Add a /chat on that, in-betweenmedia.com/chat. Join the Discord right now for free. For my friend Chris Collichio, I'm Seth Woolcock. We'll catch you guys next time right here on the Backroad. Until then, keep it in between. Thank you.